Welcome everyone. This is the Jaftaf show, and we are the Jaftafs. Welcome to the brand new episode. Today we're talking about American Beauty, and let's see what we can offer you. Our thoughts.
So, yeah, directed by Sam Mendes.
Yes.
He's a legendary filmmaker. He made 1917, Skyfall, and yeah. And today we're gonna talk about American Beauty. So, before we barge into this American Beauty thing, we just gonna tell you that it is not going to be a beauty ride, but it is
Yes.
going to be a bumpy ride. So, buckle up and with like amazing casting, starring like Kevin Spacey
Hmm.
and by Mena Suvari and Thora Brigg. So these I have watched these guys before. So I have in American Pie, the role that was played Angela.
Okay. So there are
Yeah,
from American Pie.
yeah. Actually, that one only.
Okay.
Yeah, Angela, the one who performed Angela. So she in American Pie, she's totally different.
Okay.
She was what who Jane was in this movie.
Okay.
Actually, yeah. So you should watch
Yeah.
American Pie
Now
sometime.
definitely I'll watch it.
Yeah. So and Kevin Spacey, yeah, he is a great actor. I have watched this movie, I guess 4 or 5 years back. At that time, I didn't know who Kevin Spacey was, but last year I watched House of Cards. In
Hmm.
that, I got to know how good Kevin Spacey is. And obviously, in the past 3 years, we guys have learned about filmmaking and stuff and all and all. That made me realize how deep this story is
Yeah.
actually, and and yeah, how the story starts, how the story ends, and I guess this is the third movie that we are talking about where a person's psyche makes him to do things people didn't expected.
Yeah. Like even the audience would be like, "What are you guys talking about? It's too much psychological movies." But it's fun. Like,
Yeah,
yeah. So, okay, I'll start with my thoughts. What initially, I won't start with the movie plot, but I would just say what I experienced and what was going through my mind when I was watching it. Uh, First of all, the main three cast, the Kevin, Meena, and Thora. So they were all these three were new to at least to me because I saw them for the first time. Uh, and yeah, I kind of liked acting of Kevin because I went blind. I didn't know who this guy was. Now I feel like yeah, he's a good actor and like I'm interested to watch more of his films. Uh, yeah, I mean like there's no some complex structure in this whole movie, but it was uh, more like psychological aspect, uh, falling in love with like different aspects of people. Yeah, uh,
love is a very overstated word, I would say.
yeah,
Actually, it was more like a lust. People are just going
hmm,
everywhere where they shouldn't be. Both the families were fucked up,
yeah,
right? And and one side we see this Gothic family, right?
hmm,
Uh, Fitz family, right?
yeah,
And other side we see these Burnham family,
hmm,
which is trying to be a uh, good family, but they are not.
yeah.
And
Actually, if you look at the entire thing, this movie is just between two families. So
yeah,
yeah, and yeah, there was no complex part into this. It was just issues with the family and friends. The most highlight part of the whole film, which I liked, is they were showing the symbolism of love and lust in a way of rose petals. What Kevin's character was experiencing when he saw Angela for the first time in the basketball court.
yeah,
The whole basketball court scene is so well shot and well visually appealing because we as an viewer we could see that. Kevin had uh, Kevin had only eyes on Angela.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
like he got his focused after a very long time. He
yeah,
is trying to be enthusiastic in his life because he just saw a 20-year-old younger girl from him and who is like best friend of his daughter.
Jane. Yeah,
And now he just wants to fuck her. That's
yeah.
it.
Even surprisingly, even Angela was aware of Jane's dad, Kevin, that he wants to hook up with her, like
Uh,
yeah, her.
yeah,
So
but
yeah,
but yeah, this movie replicated the meaning of like how fucked up people can be and what they were pretending to be. The time when this movie got produced, so people were seeking towards like American dream, American life, having a job, having a home, right, right, and having a family where you're gonna be so happy,
yeah,
right,
yeah.
and everything is going to be fine, right, and you're gonna show people that you are fine. You know, Sam Mendes also directed a movie called Revolutionary Rose, and
Hmm.
there were two uh, legendary actors, co-stars were there. Co-stars were Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet. They
Hmm.
both performed, and Roger Dickens was the cinematographer of this movie. So that movie, Revolutionary Road, actually signifies this kind of thing only, where people try to be something they are not,
Hmm.
and they have been following this way of living that they think was good for them, right? But they don't even realize when they lost what they were, how they started it, and that is, and what can be the extent of it? Like Lester died in the end because
Yeah,
of some guys, like some guys confusion,
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
Ricky's father got confused. That's why he just killed Kevin in
Yes,
that,
yes.
and and everybody, every single person in this movie was so frustrated about their lives. They just wanted to escape every single moment. And
Yes.
the person who tried to admit that died in the end of the movie. I guess
Hmm.
this is how it happens. People were
Yeah.
realizing at that particular time that I guess this kind of things are happening.
Hmm.
I don't know. Maybe. Maybe
Yeah.
whoever wrote this, they would have inspired from somewhere.
Hmm. Actually, the most fucked up part of the whole movie is uh, you see a dad getting uh, getting kind of uh, weird, witty thoughts over their friends, and even Jane knew that.
Daughter's
Yeah,
friend. Yeah.
daughter's friend. Even
And the sound, background music, this tabla sound, whenever this came, it was so funny. Every single time, whenever they're showing this lusty, horny, poverty part of Leicester, this tabla sound just came. I was like, why they're playing Indian music there? Because of Kama Sutra. I was like, shit, man.
that would be next level of stereotyping. But yeah, so yeah, this was like the most fucked up part. Like, but yeah, I don't know. Like, this might be normal in America. Uh, like I don't
We
know.
have to go there, so
Yeah,
let's
I'm,
not.
I'm, I'm just assuming it. This might be the normal there because in India we don't practice this, or it's recommended, nor we do it. So yeah, uh, but I kind of feel bad for Jane because like Jane was kind of a kid who wanted what do you say, love from their parents, from mostly as a father, because I've seen a lot of daughters they look up to their fathers because I feel like I'm not completely sure of this, but I feel like uh, uh, fathers play a very important role in daughter's life. If so that's the reason I think Jane kind of started hating to her father, because even she mentioned that it's been like a few months that they didn't talk to each other properly, and yeah, like eventually Angela told like his father and his mother didn't have sex for a long time. That's the reason he was kind of drooling over him.
I want to know the part of this Burnham family,
Yeah.
like what actually, because we when we watch this movie, we
Hmm.
think Lester is the protagonist, and we just want to we want the story around him only. But obviously, there would have been a reason why his wife is like that, why his
Hmm.
daughter is like that towards him, right?
Yeah.
Why they think he's a loser. The best dialogue of this movie I liked when he went out in a party with his wife because and his wife is going to meet some real estate agent,
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
right?
Uh,
So
Buddy Kane.
yeah, buddy. So she told him that he's my husband,
Yeah.
and he introduced himself like we have met before.
Yeah.
So Buddy was like
We
that.
have a lot of sexual tension between them. He was like, we are a very good couple, something like that. Then he
So
kissed.
what actually happened? So Buddy was trying to remember that uh, have we met before? So he was like, don't worry, I wouldn't remember myself either. So that was very funny that he himself knows how boring he is, and
Hmm.
he doesn't want to remember himself only. So
Yeah.
that was kind of funny, and yeah, the kind of bold moves that he started taking, all that was triggered by Angela only. Yeah,
Yeah. One more thing I just realized until now, I didn't realize it. Uh, like as we are in the same flow, like we discussed Birdman, we discussed Fight Club, and now we're discussing American Beauty. One thing I just came up with this observation that how far the character is frustrated or isolated in his world, uh, when as an audience we see from a different perspective, from a third eye perspective, it looks funny. When you go close to the character, you relate to the character. When the character is far from you, you kind of feel funny because whatever any action he does, it feels funny because it looks funny actually. But when you go close to the character, be with them, be around them, then you kind of get to know that what exactly is getting fucked up in their life. So the parts where we were kind of close to Kevin's character, there there we could see that how frustrated he was towards his life. Uh, the
was
Angela,
masturbating in the shower.
yeah,
And he said,
Angela's,
this is
yeah,
the peak of my day.
yeah. So encountering Angela's lust and the hatreds towards him from his daughter Jane, and his wife is not impressed actually from her because a lot of issues. So this is how we came to know that closely what's going on in his life. But as a far side where he was getting naked and getting pumped up for uh, getting hooked up with his daughter's friend, from far it looks,
Trying to, he was trying hard
yeah.
actually so much.
So
Smoking
yeah,
pod and
so
then,
from far when you look all these scenes, it looks funny, but when you kind of get close to what's happening in his personal life, then you feel kind of sad, kind of hopeless towards him. So yeah, so that's my observation.
yeah, well, it is right. That
Yeah.
is what been happening with him. And and I would want to relate all these characters, Birdman, Tyler Durden, and
Hmm.
Lester, because I guess the they were the same person, but
Hmm.
they were in different universe and they have a different take towards things.
Yeah.
One actually
Okay.
destroyed the.
I'll just keep one more valid point. This is
Hmm.
similar to what I would still say this is similar story what Walter White was going through in first few episodes.
But yeah, Walter White
Yeah.
was hopeless because he had this because he got cancer. That was the main reason,
Huh.
and that was the main reason. It's not like he was fucked up in his brain because of his family. He loved his family, and that was the first reason he went.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
not go to that story,
Okay.
but
Okay.
yeah, I just said
Yeah.
what I should have. So yeah, these three characters, Tyler Durden, the Birdman and
Hmm.
Lester, they they originated from the same idea. It's
Hmm.
just they went out in a different universe. Tyler Durden decided to destroy everything.
Hmm.
Birdman trying to kept his shit together,
Hmm.
and at last he did because he tried so hard and just shot himself.
Hmm.
And the third person got dead. So
Yeah.
yeah, eh, but they all three had the same idea to change the way they were living,
Hmm.
right? How people are pursuing lives around them. They just they felt the same shit that they are not like us.
Yeah.
They felt different from them, right?
Yes.
Birdman, uh, Keaton knew that he had to do something to change the way things are going on. Otherwise, he is going to be fucked up. He was living on the edge, and Tyler Durden wasn't worrying about it, right?
Hmm.
And Lester was also not worrying about it, but he died
Yeah.
because of this some fucked up shit. Because there was no story. What
Hmm.
he's going to do? Is he going to create an empire? No. Other two characters were actually doing it. Tyler Durden actually destroyed all the credit card company and actually made a difference
Hmm.
in the society. And in Birdman, Michael Keaton performed in a way
Yes.
that
Yes.
actually changed his life. But when we look at Lester, he was he knew that, I guess, in some how his actions were going on, his actions knew that he's going to die because
Hmm.
otherwise he this kind of life he would have led for next 6 months
Hmm.
for the paycheck of from his job that he actually quit, and the benefits will got over, and his daughter would have gone with somebody else, his wife would have gone with somebody else. There was no established
Yeah.
thing
Yeah.
at the end. It was just the death was
Hmm.
the only solution the writer could solve. So
Hmm.
the writer had to figure it out what could be the reason to kill the protagonist. And he did.
Hmm.
Let's make
So
him look like a faggot
yeah. So if you're coming to the beauty part of
and I like the pod. I like the pod. The stuff when I saw how much stuff he
yeah.
had in his drawer, I was like, fuck.
True. True. True.
I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
that was great.
So if you're coming to the part of the beauty part of the American Beauty is I like the scenes where uh, when when Kevin was getting masturbating in the bed, we could see visuals of Angela in his roof, where the whole bed of roses were uh, planted, and she was between the roses. So that was I think that was the main highlight of the scene to show that how Angela was special in Kevin's mind. So yeah, that was
Yeah,
very
it
well
was
shot and well placed there.
on the roof.
Yeah, in a
Yeah.
way, in a way, in this whole movie, no one had love for anyone. It was just pure lust. The only love was towards Jane and what Ricky. They were kind of developing love to each other, but I don't know. But rest of all the characters in this movie were uh, were having a lust feeling towards each other. So yeah, it was kind of pretty messed up situation there. Yeah, like
And to stop that vicious cycle,
hmm,
somebody has to die because otherwise the cycle would have kept on going. Because after he died, things would have changed for so many reasons. Things would have changed for Ricky's father. Things definitely has changed for Lester's wife,
hmm,
Carolyn, right? And I don't know whether it would have been a solution. I was thinking if Ricky and Jane would have left, uh, the police will obviously going to uh, think that Ricky is the killer. That's
Mm-hmm.
why they left, and father would have tried to stop them, and then he shot himself. That he shot Lester.
Yeah.
It would have been the reason, but they stayed. At the end, they showed that they stayed. They didn't ran
Mm-hmm.
because I cannot possibly think what can be the story. Where can the story lead?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, there are ultimate possible ways, but I just cannot think anything which is more established, which
Mm-hmm.
has more weight for me to pursue. That's why the death was see, after the death, there's not much movie left. He was just saying, he
Yeah.
even said, like, you might think that I am making no sense, but you will know. He said it. He
Yeah.
himself
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
it, that
But
I'm
you,
not making
but
any
you'll
sense.
you'll know it one day. So he told it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what
If
like.
you lead a
Yeah.
life like that.
The ending was kind of sad and very incomplete thing because before death he was watching his family's photo, realizing that he was pretty the life what he was living is pretty was messed up, but eventually he wants to get back to the family. Like we see that he realizing his mistakes, but I think it was too late for everyone to kind of realize, and uh, uh, and during the shot, even Kevin's wife kind of regretted that while Kevin was alive, they couldn't have a good relationship. She was kind of sad, and you remember like she was kind of hugging to his closet clothes. So
Mhm.
even she was aware of the situation, but still Kevin was not a good father and not a good husband. So even she was disappointed. But yeah, I could see that she was kind of sad when this incident happened. So yeah, like
You remember when,
if Kevin like would have been alive for a few more years, uh, there would have been possibilities where the whole family would have come close, and eventually they have sex with each other, not others. Like yeah,
I just love that scene when he started working in that shop, in
pizza,
that fast food
fast
shop.
food shop. Yeah,
Yeah, and then his wife and that buddy just
Buddy
came and
Kane.
he was like, Carolyn, I just want you to be happy. He was so calm, and that manager was like, you are so busted.
Yeah, yeah,
It,
yeah,
wa-
yeah.
it was a great sequence how calmly, at that particular move, these kind of moments actually showed how perfectly Kevin was actually displaying the character of
Mm-hmm,
Lester.
mm-hmm.
Like, he is just in the zone where he doesn't give a fuck about anything.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
just saw them making out and he was like, love, I just want you to be happy.
Yeah,
Just get the
he
fuck
was
away
kind
from me.
of done with all this. He was like getting hooked up with my wife. Okay, fine. Like let me be in
Even he said
peace.
to his daughter, like, if you're gonna be like that, you're gonna end up like being
Mother,
a bitch.
like a
Yeah,
mother.
bitch. Yeah, like your
Yeah,
mother.
yeah,
And he was like, shit. And I guess I went overboard, but it's fine.
yeah.
I'm gonna smoke some. Really, man, it was a very blunt movie and they had to do something. I guess
Have you noticed one thing or not? Like, during
this movie won Academy Award for Best Picture
yeah, yeah,
in 2000. That okay, for Best Actor in Leading Role, oh, Kevin Spacey won
yeah.
Oscar for this movie. Nice.
Kevin Spacey was indeed a good actor in this. Like I loved his screen time. Yeah. And one more thing you observed or not, like there was a weird cuts between uh, the romantic shots and the shots where he was kind of getting romantically lusty with people. You could see
Mm-hmm.
that there was a lot of jump cuts between like uh,
Yeah, yeah.
I just thought this would have been my PCs or like monitor system issue, but actually that was like in the film. I don't know what was the motive behind that abrupt cuts, but I don't know like, but it was kind of uh, distracting a bit and kind of not giving that fulfilling satisfaction while watching those scenes. Yeah.
I remember that shot when Ricky was shooting that dead bird, and those two girls just came in front. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm just shooting the dead bird. And then he just zooms in on Jane.
He was the most chill guy in the whole movie. You know? Like he doesn't care. Like whoever comes in the front, he'll just take his camera and shoot. Like
Yeah.
and
And in
and
front of his father, he is acting like a robot, in front of his father. Whatever his
yes,
father is saying, yes, sir, I agree, yes, sir, will do, yes, sir.
yes,
My, he was like, his father is beating the shit out of him, and he was like, yes, sir, I won't do it.
yeah.
Well,
Maybe it was like from past few content what we have been watching. It's pretty much dark. I think we need to like come in the safe zone right now, like in the lighter
yeah,
tone.
yeah, I just want to know what happened with Ricky's mother. I just want to know about her life,
Yeah.
where she was born,
They never
where
told this,
she
right?
grown up.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, she was speaking so less,
Mm-hmm.
and she was totally agree with Ricky when he wanted to leave. She
Mm-hmm.
just said, "You should take your raincoat."
Yeah, that's
And
it.
I just want to know about her. What happened? What happened to her? Like,
Mm-hmm.
what made her so dead?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like she has no ambition.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we have realized that Ricky's father is was gay,
Mm-hmm.
and he felt that as an embarrassment because that's how it was put over him.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he was so frustrated about all these things and he killed Lester,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Yeah,
he was also so fucked up. He was trying to be somebody. Everybody was trying to be somebody they were
yeah.
not.
The
And when
the
somebody tried to become somebody they were,
the most the person who was trying to be fake as like the most was Angela, because she used to give advices to Jane that you hook up with this guy, you hook up with this guy. She was telling her stories, but when like Kevin and Angela was kind of getting encountered, so there she revealed this is the first time of her life. So I in a way it depicts that not everything what people say is true. Like they were kind of living a life, they were living a fake life. So yeah,
yeah, just
everyone was just pretending to be someone, but no one was pretending to be like them. So yeah, like
themselves. And only, Ricky was what he was.
yeah.
He was not pretending to be somebody. And uh, then Lester started to become what he wanted.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
And Lester actually made a good change in his life.
Hmm, hmm.
He he yeah, like physically he became better, and
He started
then
going
he
jogs.
became so
Yeah. You
yeah
remember
straight. He became so straightforward.
you remember a scene where he goes on early morning jog and I think it's Ricky's father. He points and says, what is this gay pride marathon
Yeah, gay pride parade.
parade? Yeah, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
it was
oh shit. I just I'm like,
no offense to
oh
gay people. No offense to gay
yeah.
people.
Yeah, I mean, like suddenly that integration came in the movie, and we were not ready for this, so it was kind of funny. But yeah, like we don't mean to do anything like that.
Gay pride parade.
But yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. When that's what I'm saying. Like when you see people having miserable life from backside, you see it's funny. So this is what the scene made it funny because obviously we were seeing from a long shot. But that's what.
And Ricky's father, we never knew that he wanted to be part of that parade so badly that he is just refusing it to show everybody that he is not what he is.
Hmm.
Because I can tell what the kind of personality he was displaying. He was beaten so many times, mocked so many times, and when
Hmm.
he realized that he cannot live the way he want, so he's gonna go by the rules.
Hmm.
That's it. And that's how he was growing his son. When he found out about the that his son was smoking pot, so he just when Ricky was 15, and then he
Hmm.
sent him
Hmm.
to military school because that's how
Yeah,
he
yeah, yeah,
was grown up, right?
yeah.
And and
So,
even
yeah.
Ricky's mother understood that there are some people who cannot change.
Hmm.
That's so
So
sad.
I just have uh, a small theory for you and audience. What if the time when what Ricky's father peeped into uh, Lester's house, where he was making the role for Lester, we see a wall creating barrier between two characters. So from back, we see that he is kind of getting sexually, he was getting a sexual act, but that was not true because obviously there was a barrier, and the actions what Lester was making were making it more obvious that he's giving head to Lester. But what if that wall wasn't there and he could see that he was making pot for Lester? What would be the whole scenario of the movie like from there? Because I think after that scene itself, like the movie elevated very quickly towards end. That's where he developed hate for his son a little more, and he developed hate for Lester too. That's the reason he shot it. That's what, like, I just want to like know your thoughts. Like, what if the wall wasn't there and he thought he was making pot or rolling joint? What would the scenario be? Like, if that wasn't there, probably Lester would have been alive. So yeah.
I would tell you what would have had happened. Ricky had the chance to make the situation more transparent when his father asked, "What the fuck were you doing there? You were
Hmm.
just giving blowjobs, right?" And because he saw the money, because that's what he thought Ricky
Hmm.
was doing. But Ricky knew that if his father found out that he's selling drugs
Hmm.
again,
Hmm.
then his father would have beat the shit out of him,
Hmm.
right? And he would have made his life more miserable, and he wouldn't be able to see Jane,
Hmm.
right? So that's what he decided, that what his father would hate and couldn't change about me
Hmm.
is if I'm not straight,
Hmm.
if I'm gay,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
If I'm homosexual, he couldn't change me. He will just uh,
Avoid me.
he will be ashamed of me, but he
Hmm.
couldn't change me, right?
Hmm.
Right. So that's why he just wanted to. the- I am telling you, Ricky had the chance that, but he just changed the whole situation because he
Hmm.
just wanted himself to pull out of that loop where his father has the domination.
Hmm. Hmm.
Because obviously it was a pinpoint for his father too, because he was also gay. His father was also gay, and he just couldn't take it,
Yeah.
right? And obviously a father wouldn't kill his son,
Yeah.
right? He could beat him for other stuff, but he couldn't beat him for what kind of person, what kind of orientation he has,
Yeah.
right? That's why he decided to kill Lester.
Yeah.
So
No,
even the
my thing was like,
hmm,
what would the situation be if he
hmm,
saw that he was making, uh,
he would have beat the shit out of his kid only.
yeah,
He would have sent him to military
yeah.
school. He wouldn't be able to
But
see the
but but
jail.
after this, Lester would have been alive.
But that
Yeah.
was not the point.
Mm.
Lester is not like Lester was so innocent.
Mm. Yeah.
Nobody was innocent in this movie,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
True.
You just decided to quit a job and you don't want to talk to your daughter about the things. Lester decided to improve things for himself, and everybody was, even Carolyn was doing it, but they were part of a family. They were not doing for their family. They were doing for themselves. And Jane did the same thing. Jane decided to left the company of Angela and decided to be with Ricky, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was being selfish.
Yes.
So if Lester would have been alive, where his life would have led him, right?
Yeah, yeah.
There would have been, what could have happened? Like he would have spent more 6 months or a year or two like
Mm-hmm.
that. But after that, what?
Mm-hmm.
I guess the life would have become more miserable. He
Yeah.
cannot live just working in a fast food store, right?
Mm-hmm.
With that kind of responsibility, right? And
Yeah.
nobody is going to pay you so much money if you are not doing anything.
Yes.
His
And
wife would have left him.
and
Definitely for Buddy.
there would have been different situation where he is just I'm just sharing the probability he would have come little more close towards Angela. They would have started developing feelings. They would have gone a little more far if Lester would have been alive.
You know, according to the movie, Angela and both Jane were 16 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So, and at the time when he had the opportunity to have sex with Angela, he stopped because he realized that he's putting his loving efforts to a different direction.
Mm-hmm.
He should have done it for his wife, his daughter.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's why he was holding that picture where they three were there and they were happy at that
Yes,
particular
yes.
moment, right? So that's why he just stopped. It's not like he even even if he would have lived, he would have told Angela to just go home, have
Mm-hmm.
your life, because you have a lot of things to catch up to
Yeah,
in
yeah,
your life. I would have lost many things. My daughter, after 2 years, she'll go to college. My wife is going to leave me, obviously.
yeah.
I have no life. At the particular time when he died, I guess he has a realization what he should be having.
Mm-hmm.
And he was, I don't know whether should I say it, he was punished for the sins that he did.
Mm.
I don't know.
Might be,
I
might
don't
be,
know. Maybe.
might be.
Just a theory.
Good observation. Like, yeah.
Maybe. So,
I like now if I think of it, uh, if Lester and his wife would have not attended Jane's uh, the special dance day what they were doing,
so basketball match,
basketball
yeah?
thing,
Cheerleader dance, yeah.
yeah, if they would have not attended that day, uh, the whole thing would have been different. Like Lester would have been alive. Lester's family, they would have been in the same track, but uh, things would have been different. Like still, Ricky would have been recording Jane's, uh, but yeah, things would have been different. So yeah.
I just liked Ricky because he got so much
Mhm.
stuff with him. And people should have a friend like Ricky because he was so straightforward about things and
Yeah.
yeah, he was true to things.
Hmm.
The pod thing is just a joke, obviously, but you Ricky was so mature
Hmm.
comparatively in an environment he was grown. How controlled he was. When somebody is growing in that kind of environment, they are reckless about
Hmm.
things. But Ricky was not. Obviously, he was making a lot of money out of drugs, but he was so controlled about that thing, and he
Hmm.
had an alternates to show that how he might be getting that money from,
Yeah.
because so that his father won't ask him the question.
He even quits his job and is
Just
like,
on
yeah,
the manager's face, okay,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just quitting so you don't have to pay me. Now just fuck
I
off.
I wish even we both could do that.
I will soon,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
Let's see. But because yeah, man, Lester was feeling alive with Ricky. That's why he was always in contact with Ricky. But I guess Lester's father took him in a different way. Sorry,
Hmm.
Ricky's father took him in a different way. And I don't know why he was trying to kiss him, and then he just killed him at the end.
Yeah. maybe it's just this is just what I think. Maybe like uh, yeah, Ricky's father, they show that he's a gay, and obviously he's married now. So if they would have shared love with with his wife, I don't think he would have been satisfied. So probably he just saw that his next neighborhood, uh, Lester, is gay like him. So and it was luckily it was raining there, so it kind of made him realize, okay, I'm living a dumb life, so let me have fun for a moment. So he just made an approach to go and talk to Lester, but obviously he didn't know this, that Lester had family, and whatever he saw on the first floor, it was just misunderstanding.
I guess he was having a nervous breakdown at that particular time.
Yeah.
Whenever a person is having a nervous breakdown, they just do random things.
Yes, yes.
And especially those random things are the things they wanted to do for quite a long time.
Yes,
That
yes.
the society was stopping them to. So when he did it, and just Lester opposed him, I guess he would have thought that Lester has a thing for my child,
Mm-hmm.
my son,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
why he just doesn't want to get involved with me. And 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 his mixed emotion made him to shoot Lester. Obviously, he was
Mm-hmm.
a colonel, so it was not a problem for him to shoot somebody.
Yeah.
But the nervous breakdown was the main motivation, or we can say a cause
Mm-hmm.
infection that led to that uh, tragedy.
Yeah, yeah.
Because nobody should die. Because you think somebody thinks in a different way. There was no some. It is not like it was a very complicated situation that
Mm-hmm.
they were in a debt, or they were in the middle of the war,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
There was just conflict of thoughts,
yeah.
and it can be resolved by communication that
True, true.
nobody was doing.
There was actually slight misunderstanding between both families. Uh,
Even in
yeah,
themselves also,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
They were not trying to communicate. Carolyn and Lester are not communicating. Lester just want to be himself,
Mm-hmm.
but he's a 42 fucking years old father who doesn't give a fuck about things they should. You just
Yeah,
cannot deny that fact that you have a daughter,
true, true.
right? Sometimes I think how I just love American way of living. I just love it how they have their house, they have so much space,
Yeah.
they have a good schooling, but till some extent I like how we people live because
Mm-hmm.
we have some boundaries and we understand those boundaries,
Yes, yes, yes.
right? And now people are just I don't want to go there now. I
Let's not go
shouldn't.
there. Let's not go there.
Yeah, I just don't want to go there.
Yeah.
It's just
So
people are
yeah,
trying to be so liberal these days and they are just not.
yeah. So if we just say the part, uh, it was very basic plot between two families, and there was not very complicated shots or uh, cinematography, but mm, it was this conflict between two families getting resolved. Yeah, like it's like you can watch it properly. You don't have to put a lot of thinking into this.
Yeah,
So yeah, like as the story progresses, it kind of gets into that gray character zone thing where everything looks very vibrant at the start. As the story progresses, you see shades of gray comes in the screen, depicting that.
shades of gray.
Array, let's not do that. Let's not do
Guys,
that.
it's just an inside joke,
Yeah,
shades of gray. But if
yeah,
somebody who knows this joke and watching this, it's a good thing.
yeah. We're not
We'll
targeting.
reveal this
Yeah,
at some other time, what shades of gray for us is.
yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's what.
But yeah, yeah, you were saying, yeah, yeah.
It was very vibrant at the start, and slowly the colors fade out, and every character has their own color. Then slowly they turn into gray, and at the end it comes to the black, where things get very serious. So yeah, uh, it was fun watching it, but this is what I have
House
thoughts.
of Horrors.
Yeah, House of Horrors thing. But yeah.
Yeah, but you know, I overall when I watched this movie, I was kind of hoping to think things to lead somewhere else, just like when I was watching Pulp Fiction,
Hmm.
right? So, but it was okay, I guess.
I was, yeah.
When you actually decode all these things, you understand the requirement of writing, and
Hmm.
then you understand, okay, that's how the writer wanted to end the story because there are no other ways to do it. Maybe
Yeah.
there are, maybe, but that is the approach that they have taken.
I was I was kind of expecting more from the story part, because I don't know, like it felt very small, centric based story. It didn't had many layers. This is what I felt. I was kind of hoping they add on more value to characters, side characters. They would show more of uh, Angela. They would show more of Ricky and Jane. That's what, like I was hoping they show it, but kind of they packaged it very precisely. Yeah.
I guess they wanted the story to be just centralized toward Leicester.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they didn't extended other things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they showed how other characters are thinking.
Mm-hmm.
They gave us the glimpse and those breadcrumbs to understand or push ourselves to understand like what other people can be around Leicester, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but the story has to around Leicester only.
Yeah.
We just if obviously if we make a series out of it, it would have been amazing.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
It would have been so amazing because when you gonna explore the lives of Ricky's his family
Mm-hmm.
and Angela's family
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
their high school part and how was the past of uh, Lester and Carolyn
Mm-hmm.
when Jane was born. It would have been
I think
great.
properly 6 episodes would have been amazing for this, where every episode you target on main characters, and at the end you show the conclusion what happens. But yeah,
Yeah.
it
And
was
you
kind of
know,
fun.
because every character has that
Hmm.
potential to so that a writer can dig deep towards
Hmm.
them and make a story out of it, right?
Hmm.
And story should lead in a way that is leading the current American Beauty story. Like
Hmm.
people can say, okay, yeah, that is why, yeah, that makes sense.
Hmm.
So yeah, but I would be curious more about Ricky's family,
Hmm. Yeah,
Fitz family, because
that's the most least thing they've shown apart from Angela,
mm,
Ricky's family part. So
and I want that plate, that Nazi plate. I literally wanted it when I saw it. I was
why
like,
do you need
shit.
it?
Because I 1.5 month back I watched a series called Evil on Trial, and
Hmm.
in that they you should watch it, Evil on Trial.
Okay.
It is about the Nuremberg trial that
Hmm.
happened in 1945. So there they were talking about Nazi, how what they did
Hmm.
and what is Holocaust and mass execution, whatever. So at that time, I was got interested in these all things, and I know still Nazi ideology exists in this world.
Hmm.
So that's why I just wanted because it is an iconic thing. Whether it belongs to somebody who killed so many people, but I just wanted. It's
Okay.
just having it. It's a great thing. It's a historical piece. That's why.
Hmm. Got it.
So yeah, I guess yeah, man.
Yeah.
American Beauty was great movie.
Yeah.
That's why they won Academy Award. And to be honest, I want to act in this kind of movie as a
Hmm.
protagonist. I want to push myself to these extents where I can show fucked up life in a different way. Another version of I told you three versions of the same person, Tyler Durden, the Birdman, and Lester Burnham. I wanted a fourth character, wanted to play by me
Hmm.
to show the life somebody can have and
Yeah,
how fucked up it can be in their alter ego, what they do.
yeah.
And
We
yeah,
we have
that
been
is something I love
we have
about it.
been discussing about the alter ego very often, like
Yeah, 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 yeah.
so.
That's truly
Yeah,
nice.
even I wish I want to create something content around alter ego, because that's a long thing stuck in my head. So yeah, let's do it very soon.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
And guys, tell us in the comments what kind of things that we can make, what kind of approach we can take,
yeah.
and yeah, it
And
would be
you
great to
and
hear
tell us
from you.
what's your favorite movies we could talk about, and what would you like to see, uh, like what movies do we talk about, and what would you like to see. And that's what it'd be fun to know what you guys want us from us.
Yeah, yeah. So, and guys, you should check our other social media on Spotify, Apple Music. You
Yeah,
guys can go there and check out our
yeah.
podcast. And it has been great talking to you guys and my partner, the
Yes,
Jaftaf, fellow
yes,
Jaftaf. So, yeah,
yes,
guys, have fun. It is Sunday, but I
yes.
guess
It's
it's a
around.
working day for us too.
Yes,
So yeah, it was great and seeing you guys again sooner
yes.
or later maybe.
May,
Bye.
maybe next time we'll come up with something very light topic where even we'll feel very relaxed to talk.
We'll try. We'll try.
Yeah,
We are not sure. We'll try.
yeah, because it's been like very hard topics discussing.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was fun. And tell us what you liked about this episode, and
Please like and subscribe
give
and
us
share.
give us your feedback. And see you in the next episode very soon. Keep
Uh,
supporting, keep sharing. And this is the Jaftaf show, and we're the Jaftafs.
oh yeah.